Hey, YouTubers, it's your boy Domination. I'm back again. The Ongle Place, 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 Ongle Place. Oh, place gonna get it. What place gonna get it? What place gonna get it? What place gonna get it? It's right back in the basic. Chuck of the deuces how we do it. Texas, baby, man. The devil's back. You know what it is. Know it is. Know it is. Know it is. Know it is. Real man rise up. Fake man rise down. Real women rise up. Fake women rise down. Brought to our preacher on. And today's topic we're going to talk about is, I know y'all saw history part 1. History will passes on, but this is history passes 2. And I want to talk about this guy right here. They might not show his name, man, but I'm gonna show you the picture, what looks at the guy after I find it. Oh, and the next one after I finish talking about this, David David Lang Goins. If y'all don't know who this man is, he the first African American man who writing books, and he's like American artist and calling of graffiti and typewriter, painting entrepreneur and author. He was born in Great Peach, old Warren or something like that. He the oldest son of 8 children. His father was a native of in light, and his mother was a calling graffiti and an artist. In the 60s, Goins was enrolled at the University of California and the Berkeley as a classical major. While he was a student in the colleges and the University of California in Berkeley and part of the free speech movement from the late '64, and which it lead to his expression through the sooner of remit, and he again and left the university in 1965, and this is time and prepared as a Bachner in 1968. He was a founded of sense of hope and the expression that the mayor output and the Carter of Goins in the Lincoln and each of a port and in 1982, as it posted in the words of the classical book, a Connors Roman and alphabet. It was which it was won in 1983. American Book Awards, and 7 books a classic of the post as an art and has it been post and well, and his in the addiction of an artist and call it a graphic work. In Goins also is not a non-fiction author, as had been right about politician activists as his freedom of speech movement coming of the age in 1960. In 1960 it was post in 1993, and Goins was as habit have enjoyed of a friendship which the represent of Alex Waters since they was both teenagers. Every year, the Goins of created a cast of past awards and posted and has been in many of cooking books and design and program it and the let on the numbers and the past and the present and also in the now what was it? If y'all don't know, man, I'm just reading in my mind. But it's sad. It was something about him, man. Somebody killed this man, David Lane Goins. If y'all don't know who this guy is, man, I'm gonna show you a picture what he looks like. People need to know about him. It's sad somebody took this man's life because based on the books that he was writing off the streets. See, they ain't gonna talk about the other books that he created and made. The other books. If y'all don't know who David Lee Goins is, man, y'all need to know that history about this man because this man I'm paying homage and pay tribute to him because this brother was died for nothing, over some stuff because without David Goins it wouldn't be come out. You see street books now. This is why they get it from David Goins. All the stuff that about thug life, prostitution, pimp, and all that other stuff that's come from David Goins. All that stuff that's been booked. And this Shaft and Gun Tobin character fighter of the poverty off the street, but no and revolution, darinary and freedom, liberty, that stuff. All that come from David Goins. I'm gonna show you what he looks like. People pass this information, keep that man, keep his history passing on alive because this guy died for nothing. He the real reason, and I'm still trying to learn. But if I keep reading, I'll learn. I'll be better than learning that I have learned. I think it's sad that a lot of times, man, history they don't repeat the same history what's been done. I mean, some of my people don't even know who this guy is. They don't even know who this guy is. They don't even know. They don't even know what this guy is about, what he was represent, and stuff like that. A lot of even Tupac quoted him, and a lot of rappers quoted him, even in comedies and shows a lot more. But see, you ain't gonna hear that. People don't talk about that. People really don't talk about that because. And if I hope David Goins was listening right now, David Goins, this one for you, brother, because your name is gonna keep legacy and remain strong and stronger than ever. But I'm gonna find this guy, David Goins. See, they don't talk about this man. They talk about him. It was on TV1. That's the only way you'll find him. Other than that, they don't talk about him. If I could find that guy's picture and see what he looks like. But see, they're not going to talk about this. But you know what? It's sad. A lot of people don't even know who David Goins is. They don't even know. I barely heard about this guy. When I watched the TV1, I'm like, who is this? Who is this book Arthur guy? But he was a brother. He was a black man. See, but they don't want to pay homage to that. They don't want to acknowledge that we inspire so much in a lot of others, and that I think that scares a lot of people. But you know what? They want to show that image that black men having babies by different women. They want to show image that black men don't take care of their kids. They want to show image that we don't care about our women and we know that's all that's bullshit. We know it. We know even sisters know it's bullshit. But a lot of people are afraid to talk about it. Even white people know it's bullshit. But they don't mind showing that. They don't mind that. That's why I can't stand Hollywood, especially Black Hollywood, typical, who run by the Jewish corporations. Come on, and don't call me anti-Semitic, anti-Semites, and stuff like that. Let's be honest. Jews do run Hollywood. Let's be honest. Jews do run Hollywood. No one else run other races. But I found it funny. Now I only suspect the good warm Jews, but the heartless of heart heartless, spike, a spick of character, a spice, a spicatin, a character, the evil, giantistic shrine Jew, man. No, I don't respect those because they are bad folks. They the ones came up with this Jewish gangsters. And a lot of people don't know it. There's some gangster Jews out there. But people, man, pass this information now. If I can't find the name, I'm sorry about that. If I can't find him, but see, they not gonna show stuff like that. They not gonna show that this guy named David Goins. They not gonna show him. They not gonna show what this man is basically what he's all about. And it's sad that it's sad that you know, if I can't find him, y'all know what I'm talking about. But it's sad that, you know, people don't want to talk about this man. People don't want to, you know, don't want to pay, you know, don't respect what this man, what he was trying to do. He was the first black man book author, and I hope David whatever his name, David Goins, you know, or David Lane Goins. I hope he's out there. I hope he's listening, brother. I won't forget you and what you try to do, man, because you will pass on. But it's sad that black men should have known about this, and John Henry. They don't know about him. It's sad. They won't even teach me that at school. Now they might say in some of the schools a lot of things I remember, but the rest of the high school and all that, they're not gonna tell you everything what goes around. But they want you to know about everybody else's history instead of your history. I don't mind learning how everybody else's history, but I gotta know about my history too and where I come from. But see, they ain't gonna talk about it. Even my own people don't want to talk about it. You got whites don't want to talk about it. They always talk about white history, and I already know about white history. I know too much of it, and some of the stuff I forget, and some of the stuff I barely don't even know. But quite a few stuff I do know. But it's sad that, you know, they don't even want to pay tribute to the brother what he was trying to do. And David Goins, man, brother, if you listen, man, much love and much support for you, and rest in peace, man. I won't forget your name and what you try to do, man. You the real black man. You and John Henry, y'all history will pass on to the next generation, man, because the Generation X and Generation Y and Z, oh yeah, they in trouble. But the Generation Y and Z, they in trouble. But Generation X and the baby boomer oldies, and they know what I'm talking about. They know who this guy, what he was about. And rest in peace to him, and somebody destroy him because they're trying to silence him and what he was all about, because speaking what was going on in the streets and what's been speaking very long this day. Without David Goins, they wouldn't be published books like Street Books and all this other stuff. They got all that come from David Goins, all that stuff, man. But see, they talk. Have you noticed when I read some of the things they talking about his speaking on speaks of activists of speaking of those books, but they never talk about the pimping and all that other stuff. But see, they ain't talk about that. So tell me, ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? Then again, we'll never know. Then again, we'll know. Trust me. And rest in peace to David Goins, and keep and I hope and pray, hearts and prayers to you, because your legacy will pass it on for the generation. A lot of become, and I make sure people will never forget your name. They never, but they forget, but they never forget what you done. And I make sure they keep your name alive, because that's what I'm trying to do now. You and John, all right. And this is like Black History Month. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. Chunk of the Deuce is how we do Texas, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace, and I'm out.